Boom, recording. This is way too
Anything
impressive.
bad, people.
People don't even know what's about to hit them. Oh my goodness. Okay, did yours? My slideshow just got real professional real quick here, guys.
Yeah, you look pretty slick.
Right? Except for I can't breathe. That part's fun. I'm in full-blown allergy mode.
Taking a picture. Wait.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you waving about?
Okay, we definitely need to document this, how like phenomenal this is.
Oh, banana can
Thumbs up, peace sign, a wave. In 3, 2, 1. Woohoo!
That's hilarious. Okay, let's get down to business because we have the other team call coming up. So I'm gonna mute you guys because we all know I have ADD. And then any questions, unmute yourself like ASAP, interrupt me whenever you need to, just so you guys can get the information then and there. So feel free. So Summit. Okay. Super pumped. Oh, let's see if this will work. Boom. There we go. Okay. So your sign up, the 11th is a lie. Apparently it's tomorrow is the general sign up that most of you guys probably saw on the Limitless page or the Just Keep Pushing thing. So you guys will get an email tomorrow morning at some point in time saying, hey, here's your sign up for Summit. And it is a first come, first serve. So if you guys can hop on and log into that as soon as you guys can, do that. Basically because everything gets picked over really, really quickly, although this year is totally different than last year. So I'll kind of get into the comparisons of what happened last year and what's happening this year to make it so much better. So boom, 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 the selection. So as soon as you guys get your email, it'll be like, select everything. And everyone's like, WTF, what am I even selecting here? What's better than the other part and what's happening? So the first one is the halls. So these are the presentations that are going to be happening. So Thursday is kind of the opening ceremonies, and Friday, Saturday are going to be like the busiest days ever. Or Thursday, Friday, I can't even remember the schedule. Anyways, there's 2 days that, oh yes, it is Friday and Saturday. Those are going to be your busiest days. And this is in the halls are going to be like the presentations from all of the top coaches. So all of the elite coaches, they come on and share how to run your challenge groups, how to post on social media, how to run new coach trainings, how to onboard. Like there is all this amazing information that they'll be sharing with you guys. And if you guys head to if you haven't checked it out already, the Summit website does have the details of what is happening in those halls and what speakers are going to be talking. Of course, I chose Hall E because my girl Bonnie is speaking. And last year I missed her because I signed up to go to Summit like 3 weeks before we went to Summit. So the difference between last year and this year's halls is last year's halls, there were about 5 or 6 different like selections you could make. And what happened in all those different selections were there were people who were talking about like totally different things. So I learned different in my Hall E than what Hall D did, and not completely different, but they may have learned more about social media, or they may have learned about more onboarding, and I learned more about challenge groups. This year, they've made it, you know what, let's give everybody similar like all on the same topics. And of course, those like top coaches are going to put their spin on it, on what works for them, right? So I chose, so yeah, there's D, E, and F. No difference between them except for the speakers and some of the orders. You guys will see a general, what is it? I think it's like a general conference, or I don't know. There's like a couple times where it says I forget, like a general presentation, something like that. Anyways, what that is they take us all into, I'm assuming it'll be like last year, they'll take us all into the arena or wherever they can have like a huge presentation, and literally all 40,000 coaches of us will be in the same room. So the like guest speakers and stuff like that. So the keynote speakers will be talking. They usually have all of the elite coaches come out. I bet you that Chris Downing, the new trainer, he'll come out and talk. Like last year, Chalene Johnson came and talked about social media and building her business. They had Sean T talk about kind of motivation and his why. Gary Vaynerchuk came and like slapped us all in the face with the crazy truth. And so this year, it's the guy who wrote The Compound Effect, I believe. Yeah, so he's coming, which is going to be like awesome and so cool. So definitely read the book if you haven't yet, because that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's kind of what that general session is going to be. Is there's just going to be everybody in a huge arena. So next is the workouts. So basically, this does not matter what you pick and choose. Last year, once again, I wanted to do, I think Chalene Johnson was doing Turbo Jam, and I was like, hell yeah. And then, of course, I selected so much later. So I was in Sean T's T25 workout, I guess. So that was the workout I got into. So pick the super trainer you guys want to be with. Of course, I chose that Shift Shop thing. I figured I'd better try that workout before it comes out. And so that's the one I'm going to be in. If you guys want to try it out, come and join us if you guys can, if there's room, because these things, this is also the reason why as soon as you get that email, to go on as soon as you can. And that way you guys can get that first priority into those things. Or else, if that one's down, go and find the super trainer that you love. So if you wanted to do hammer and chisel, or if you wanted to do PiYo, I think there is. So pick a workout that you want to do. It's honestly just like so much fun. So it's like everyone's in a huge conference room basically. And they like Chalene Johnson or Chris Downing is going to take us through the workout, which is going to be like super awesome. So yeah, those are really fun. They're super early in the morning, which is also really fun, but it kind of gets you all fired up, and yeah, it's awesome. Next is the extras. So you guys were like, hey, what about these shuttles and stuff like that, or the lunches? So the shuttles are if we decide to stay at kind of those hotels that Beachbody has listed out. So what can happen, instead of taking Ubers or walking, you guys, they have shuttles that'll go and you'll get a wristband. So last year I had no idea where I was staying, so I bought it was like $10 for the shuttle. So I got a wristband, but I didn't end up using it, and I like sold it to some other coach because she was staying at a hotel and we were staying like an hour away from where we needed to be. So if we decide to stay in a hotel that's super close, we can get those shuttle wristbands. I didn't purchase one because last year I just used Ubers, and most of the places that we've been looking at, whether it's those Airbnbs or a few of the hotels and stuff, they're all within like less than a mile and like a few blocks of where we need to be, the conference center and the arena. So we can easily kind of get through everything, which is super awesome. And then the lunches, I did this last year. It was awesome. Where the conference hall that we are in, they basically, we have like an hour or 2 hours for lunch, and they bring us lunch basically, or like they have pre-made lunches, and then you walk in line and grab your lunch that you paid for. And they were super awesome and like really healthy and delicious because they're Beachbody and want to make sure that we're still like fueling our body, and they're not like, here's a greasy slice of pizza. And I just like seriously felt so refreshed after them. Although this year I didn't get them, which like, I don't know, I'm kind of sort of regretting. I think they're like $15. So pick and choose what you want to do. $20? Okay. So pick and choose what you want to do, because last year there were, they basically like closed off all the streets around the arena that we were in, basically because there was like 20,000 people going back and forth every hour. So they closed down the streets and they put a ton of food vendors in there. So all those like food trucks and stuff like that were all there, and they had like delicious and super healthy food and whatnot. Sounds good. But yeah, we have to, so yeah, there's the food trucks and whatnot. But we will also, I don't know, if we plan on getting an Airbnb, I'm planning on, I'll talk about this later too, is like flying in earlier. So last year when I flew in, I was supposed to get there like at 2:00 in the afternoon. So I had like all day to grocery shop and whatnot. And my flight got canceled and I got there at like 11:30 at night. So I didn't get all the groceries I wanted to. So I'm planning on getting groceries and using that backpack we all won last month and filling that up with some snacks and food, and then taking some spare money to, if I really want to, get one of those vendors, or yeah, probably get one of those food trucks and stuff like that. So those lunches are totally up to you. Last year I basically, yeah, I don't know. I just decided to hop on with the lunches because I was like scared and it seemed easy and great to do. So the lunches were awesome. Totally suggest them if you want to spend $20 on either or, and they're totally worth the money and it's not a hassle. So that is the selection. Okay, the core. This is something that they don't really talk about and I had no idea about. And this like blew my mind. And as I sang, it's like heaven for Beachbody. So basically they take the entire Manitoba room of the Keystone Center and fill it up with all Beachbody clothing and accessories and everything wonderful. So the 22 Fresh zip up hoodie that I wear like 99% of the time, I got that from the core. So they have all of the programs and they all have the clothing and stuff like that. So I bought clothes. I bought like sweatpants, hoodies. I bought a bunch of t-shirts and stuff like that, and hats. They had like the Swell, like the huge Swell water bottles, the 21-day fix ones. They were like $22 American, and I still have it. The lid's kind of broken, so I'm planning on replacing that this year, but I wasn't really expecting or knew about this. And they also had like 3-day refreshes that you could buy and you didn't have to pay shipping, or they had like a bunch of Shakeology. So, I mean, obviously we have a weight limit when we fly back, so be careful of what you're doing, but pack light. And then I remember buying what was it? Like the performance packages that we all also accidentally got this from, I guess, 2 months ago, from the Success Club. So they have like a ton of those things. So nobody really told me about that. And I honestly probably spent like $300 there. It was like awesome. And I guess that was with the exchange, but they just take credit card. It is mind blowing. It's huge. All the clothes are super comfy, and yeah, it is awesome. So there's like huge lines to get into it. And if you're like elite coaches, you get VIP into it and stuff like that. It is super awesome. So, that is something to also remember about when you're like budgeting money, because if you guys can walk in there and not purchase a single thing, teach me your ways. But I feel like we're all the same humans, so clear your credit card. Okay, ceremonies. So Thursday night is opening ceremonies. They are mind blowing, and this is at the big arena that they have, like that huge football stadium. And yeah, we will have everything that you guys have ever thought of them doing, like magnitude that by like 1 billion. Like it is, or multiply that by like 1 billion. It is crazy. They have like fireworks and a huge stage, and everything is amazing. So they'll come on. You guys will see who Carl Deichler is. They'll usually do like these big shows and entertaining things. They'll introduce usually the elite top 10, and I'm not sure if it's opening or closing ceremonies, which will be the rank recognition. That's usually the closing ceremonies. But the opening ceremonies, they're going to talk about probably the new Shakeology flavors, any programs that they're coming out with. So there are like 2 more programs that they'll come out with by the end of the year, in addition to the shift shop. So in addition to that, they'll be announcing those there, and that's where they announced like Fixate last year, and the 3-day yoga retreat and stuff like that, and Beachbody On Demand is essentially where they announced all of that. So it's going to be really good. You don't have to don't bring your like scribbler or pen and paper or anything like that for that one. That's something you want to bring for all the general sessions. And last year I bought a brand new like scribbler, like my big one, and I filled up like half of it from notes. It was like crazy. I can't believe how much I learned and wrote down, and I still keep it in my desk and look at it almost daily because it has awesome information that you forget about. But yeah, you'll want to have your phone. Opening ceremonies, you just kind of get dressed up. It'll be super fun to do. The Success Club party will be one of the other nights. So make sure within the last 2 months, Mac is like so pumped about it. Within the next, like last month and this month, we have to have a combined Success Club 20. Last year, Billy Idol played at this like crazy. It was like an 80s theme. So this is Mardi Gras. So I don't know if they're going to have like, I don't know who sings or who will be there, but regardless, Beachbody goes like above and beyond for these events, and you guys will be like mind blown with how extravagant they actually go with these events, which is so cool and so rewarding. Oopsies. And then the closing ceremony. So that'll be Saturday night when you guys are like tired and exhausted, and we'll get all dressed up. And usually what the teams do is they'll like dress up in a similar color. So some teams do red, blue, white, black, whatever easiest. So we can like vote on something. And most people like, I don't know if you guys want to wear dresses, and regardless, it's going to be like so freaking hot there. Like, and Nashville was insane. Like I profusely sweated for the entire week. It was insane. So make sure you pack deodorant and dry shampoo. Definitely necessary. So yeah, those are going to be awesome. But yeah, we will do that. They have the challenge, where they, the challenge group la-di-das, when you can like win the $500 or whatever each day, basically Beachbody gives away. They vote on people and they give like $100,000 away, and they have like 10 contestants of like people throughout the year, and they will just like, they share their stories. Basically everybody in Beachbody like cries because it's like so crazy how like this actually impacts, like, I mean, this like has impacted our life, but like when you have like a grandma who is like 280 pounds and 5'4", and now she's like playing football with her like 10-year-old grandson, it's like bawling, like so freaking cool that we have the ability to do that. And then boom, they won like $100,000 because they're awesome. So those are like some things to look forward to. And then this is like the big night where you guys get the rank recognition. So when you are diamond coaches, you'll all be recognized. You all get to like stand up. The 1-star coaches, the 2-star coaches walk out on stage. And then so Premier is a 2-star coach, 2-star and above. So the Premier and elite coaches all get to sit on the floor. And then everybody else is like around. So they get to sit on the floor. So they're nice and close. And then they always get a ticket, like an extra ticket for a guest for the opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies. So it's super fun to do. So that's also kind of a place you'll get recognized for. And then they celebrate. You guys will see the top 10 coaches. They're going to talk about their journeys, and then they'll be celebrated. Also, there will be, let me think. I don't know. It's like mind blowing how like cool it is. I still have like pictures and videos on my phone from last year, and it's just like mind blowing how amazing it was. So I would definitely like, that is your biggest night to push forward through. Like I remember sitting there as an Emerald coach and looking out, and I was like, the amount of like diamond coaches, the amount of 1-star coaches, the amount of 2-star coaches, like there were so many people that you're like, this is totally doable for next year. So like take away those things, and that's what I'm going to talk about like shortly, is all about that fun stuff of how we can grow that way. So yeah, awesome. Make sure that you guys would be prepared for all that stuff. Preparing yourself. So this will be the busiest weekend ever, and so much fun, and you'll learn more than you've ever imagined. Bring a scribbler and some pens, and they also have pens and stuff like that. What to wear throughout the days is, it's totally up to you. So if you guys are used to wearing like yoga pants like me and shorts and comfy clothes all day, then wear comfy clothes. You'll see people who are in yoga clothes. You'll see like girls like breastfeeding their like 2-month-old child beside you. It's insane. That happened to me last year. I was like, what is happening? So you'll have people who are in workout clothes, and then you'll have people who are like dressed like business people, because that's how they perceive themselves in this business. Like that's their style, right? So you'll see people in your sessions, so those halls, DEF, you'll see people yoga pants or dressed up. So pick what you feel comfortable in. Remember, you're gonna be sweating. Ceremony outfits. So closing ceremonies will have a team color. Opening ceremonies, you guys can wear whatever you want to. And yeah, workshops, whatever is comfy to you. You'll be walking a lot. So whether you want to wear sandals or runners, kind of whatever is going to feel good for you. And it's going to be hot. And then I am also, which was like totally not sneaky whatsoever, but if you guys saw my Facebook status today, with like the 100,000 people who commented on it, we will be having team shirts, which is like crazy and exciting. So when I get that all figured out, I'm gonna talk to the guys in Russell, see what their deal is, and then I'm gonna go to Sorcerer Sports in Brandon and basically like haggle those guys for an awesome deal. So that's kind of my game plan with that. Oh yeah, so traveling, I gotta make this like super quick. Oopsies. So what I suggest is everything starts on that Thursday. So last year I traveled on the Wednesday, and then I thought I would have all day to be organized, and then life happens, your flight gets canceled, and then you show up at like 12 o'clock in the morning. So it's kind of depending on what you guys want to do. Personally, I am planning on traveling that Tuesday. So it doesn't matter if I get in Tuesday night or whatever. That way we can have like all of like Wednesday to find a grocery store, get groceries, make sure you have like snacks and stuff like that, because you'll kind of get hungry throughout the days. So we'll have that. And if we want to go like tour around or shop or something like that, you have Tuesday. And then what I did last year is I didn't get that like classic like 6 a.m. flight out on Sunday morning. I picked that like later Sunday night flight. So I had all of Sunday to like sleep in, because you're going to be going like crazy for those like 4 days that you're there. So kind of like slept in, and then we kind of went and toured around Nashville during the day for like a few hours. And then, yeah, kind of went from there. And there'll be people that you can leave your suitcases with and stuff like that, because a lot of girls will be staying there later on. I know Morgan Rieger and a few of those girls are going Tuesday to Tuesday. So what we did last year is we just threw our bags in their Airbnb, and then we went and toured. And then when it was time for us to go to the airport, we just grabbed our stuff and peaced out. So I guess our questions are what we can decide as a team, because I think there is you three, myself, Jen, I believe, who PS is freaking killing it, like amazeballs. And then Shelby Klimak is also coming. And I'm not sure if there's anyone else. I don't know. We'll pick and choose and see what happens. And then I know Shelby is interested in, or Shelby Saylor is also interested. I know. I thought we had 7 too. So I don't know. We'll figure it out tonight of who all we have and who's all going with us. Like Shelby Saylor, she's looking for a spot to like hop in with. Basically, she's just kind of traveling by herself, but she's being a crazy woman and flying Thursday and like Sunday morning. And I'm like, not gonna happen. That like stressed me out already. So I was like, I'm gonna talk to my team and we're gonna fly early. Because I know you guys are like way more organized than me. So we can chat whether I know Mac was looking at those Airbnbs. So if that looked like awesome for us, or the Beachbody hotels that they have suggested. Basically what I was thinking is last year my hotel was literally like 45 minutes away. So I had to Uber it all the time. So even though it was a cheap hotel, I spent probably $200 in Ubers, which is super convenient because they had them everywhere. But also we want to kind of like save time and not do that. So if we can find a place that's like under a mile and a half of there, that's easy walking or like super cheap Ubers. Perfect. I really like the Airbnb Mac found on the pool on the rooftop. Yes, please. Time to swim. That's Wednesday. So basically what's going to happen, you guys, I'll do this like super quick in a few minutes, is we will have, last year, I think I spent maybe 7 hours in my hotel room each day, and like 6 of those were sleeping. Like it was like no sleep and going. Like, yeah, energize is what you guys need to bring all the time. So it is going to be super crazy and really go. You'll have that Friday morning. Those workouts like you'll have is at 6 a.m. And then you will also probably not get home until like 8 o'clock-ish if you're lucky. So yeah, it's like super busy. And then if you guys, like if we get a place that's close, we can go and like work out, go home, shower, and then go. Last year I was like super sweaty and then peaced out. Yeah, I thought Nick was coming too. But I'm not too sure like what his plan is right now. So he's still like questionable. He was supposed to go party with the boys and then that just fell through. So you guys didn't see that and that wasn't recorded. Anywho, so what's gonna happen is, yeah, I'll see if he's coming or not. I honestly doubt it right now. I think he's gonna fish now. Anyways, but yeah, it's gonna be like super busy and crazy, and yeah. So if we do have time to swim, it'd be like super late at night, and that Wednesday and Thursday, or Wednesday and I guess Thursday morning you'll have. I'm doing that dynasty thing as well, so we'll do that as well. But I think we should like hop on that other call. And if you guys want to, yeah, I know, shit. If you guys want to, I will, we can find another day. If you guys want to message on that group chat that we have going on that thread of a day that we can like chat about and like book an Airbnb and really hammer down everything, we can do that. Does that sound good? Okay, perfect. Okay, I'll flip over to Zooms and see you guys in like 30 seconds. Okay, bye.